I need him to come and help me. We're going to just check this for run out and see if we can A, throw it away, B, use it just for roughing operations on our mill, or C, maybe use it to make some pretty precision holes and slots. And I always keep the most positive attitude about these things because I don't want to buy a new one from Suburban Tools. What Patrick would really like me to do is scrap this.
See, what's nice about this is this is spring control back. So you pull it, use it, and it's spring driven, pulls it right back into place. So that's really nice.
So is one of those is an air and one is a vacuum then?
That's right.
Just like
just going easy. Oh yeah, no rush. It kept us in a straight line. We did have a boo-boo though.
Yeah, very bad.
It slipped on us right there.
I have a nice roll of green felt for those two spaces right here, so we could put that.
Oh, yeah.
Can you get in there with that?
Perfect.
Okay. Or guys, you can pick a black. Hello? Knock, knock. Hello? Welcome back. This is Shop Adventures 33. I'm Lance.
And I'm Patrick.
Okay. Well, let's do a shout out first, shall we?
Okay.
Jim, not too fast for you to see. That's his handle. And he's a YouTube creator.
Yeah.
And he's got some really neat stuff he does with the Craftsman handle set, but not what you think. It happens to be an old vintage barbecue set from Craftsman.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken that, he's altered them, and he's made them handles. I think you said you've seen it.
Yeah, I did see that video, yeah.
He made one into a pin vise, which reminded me of us. So I said, oh, he's really
Right.
good. I watched a few of his videos. He's a good commenter. He's new to our channel. So
Yeah.
thank you, co-creator. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we do. Thank you.
And we'll put a link to him below.
We will.
And Pat will put his fancy little picture up. Just like that. Because he thinks he's all okay. But one of our greatest things we get to do is, we every week pick the best comment we can get from our channel and we pin it to the top.
Yeah, and that's kind of fun.
It is fun, but it's so unrewarding. So what? I guess guy gets pinned to the top, big deal, and then we got this idea, but I gotta get a status update before I go making promises I can't keep. So let's get at it. Patrick, where is that beautiful Active Atom sticker set?
Well, finally I have good news. I'm telling you, it's like every few days. Where's our stickers? Where's our stickers?
I am a little repetitive.
Well, the latest status is...
Terrible. How do I say it?
Okay, the latest status is we selected the place that's going to be making our stickers. We're doing something really unique with our set. It's not just one sticker, it's a set.
Damn Active Atom with another one of them secrets.
I know. Well, we try to have fun with it.
Yes.
That's what it is. So we want to be sure that we selected a sticker place that had the capabilities to do what we wanted.
Yeah.
And then of course, good pricing. Yeah, because the pricing's all over the place, and boy, some of the pricing.
And then I got to
is
put postage
ridiculous.
on top of that. So it's like, oh my gosh.
So the good news is we found a great sticker place. I sent our designs were finalized. I sent the designs over to the sticker place, and I just proof the artwork.
Oh, that's great.
They sent me.
That's good.
Because they take my designs and then they play with it. So that works with their machines. They send me their proofs. I approve it, and I just did that the other day. So it's now they're actually making the stickers. So it should be about a week, I imagine.
Not good enough. Okay, So on that note, our pin to the week this week, then, gets going to be the first one to get this. He's going to get the sticker set, and to get the sticker set, when we pin you to the top, we always notify you you've been pinned. In that notification now will be our email address for the company. You send us your mailing address and you will automatically get our sticker packet. That's what we're calling that, huh?
Yeah.
And who got that pin of the week for doing all this hard work? Well, I'll tell you who it was, and he deserves every minute of it. Jeff Jocelyn. He did a great job doing the research because we just failed at finding this patent, and we're really good at patent searches.
Oh, I spent a lot of time on it too. I searched everywhere and I could not find the patent. Oh, here's the check, by the way.
This is it. This is the patent for that.
This is a truck I showed last week.
For the museum.
We're going to donate this to our little museum. And this is the one that has the patent stamped on it with the date, December 14, 1875. And it's from the American Watch Tool Company.
That's important because it's an American Watch Company and American Watch Tool Company, which they bought. So it dates this more accurately for us.
Yeah, and I think one of the difficulties in finding the patent is the age. It's so old because this is over 100 years old.
Yeah, because the company went out.
They stopped making tools in 1904.
Yeah, over 100, almost 120 years ago, just about 115.
So quite a while ago. So we were really impressed that he was able to find the patent. So we're really happy about that.
So if you're watching, if you didn't get the notification, please, Jeff, just send us your email address, or your mailing address rather, and we'll get you the first sticker set. They should be in about a little while, Patrick said. Let's just say early May-ish.
Yeah, a week to 2 weeks maximum.
I gotta, fix up labels and all that stuff. Okay.
Oh, and when we do get the stickers, all the YouTube creators out there will be getting our sticker.
They're automatic.
Automatically. Yeah, so you don't have to ask us. We'll just
don't ask. No.
Unless we forgot about you.
Well, yeah, they have to be a subscriber and we have to have access to them. Yeah, but
that's right. You have to be a subscriber, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know you.
Yeah, because we've received a lot of stickers from other creators.
Which we have to mail. That's good for me because those I have all prepared to go. All I needed was these elusive and ever elusive stickers that apparently are coming now. Okay, can we get into what we're going to do?
Yeah, let's.
All right. I take you out, and Patrick involves himself with me on some fine inspection work on our surface plate in the machine shop for our Spindexer.
Yeah,
because we didn't know. We had to get it to a certain stage, and we were able to do test work then and check it for repeatability, reliability.
Right, you did all that work to it
just to get it ready.
And you thought, well, guys, before I start, doing the epoxy, the two-part epoxy and all that, we should probably, measure for run out. Be sure we can use it.
Yeah, because it's somewhere. It had to be cleaned that far. It had to be taken as far, those stoned and everything. We'll get into that. Okay, right?
Yeah, we'll get into it.
And then I just handled one more thing this week, right?
Yeah, I gave you a last minute.
Yeah, he does that, I'm out there going, okay, gosh, I'm just passing the milestone of 12 of the chucks. So I'm halfway through the 24, and I'm so, you're a good guy, Lance, boy. We just think you're the absolute greatest. He comes out and says,
well, you're gloating so much about your progress, I had to stick something in there.
Stuck it in there, all right. One of the most complex tools I've had to do lately.
It is. It's a really, really nice measuring instrument.
It's
a bench micrometer comparator.
It's a CARY.
It's a CARY made in Switzerland, and it's beautiful. And it's new old stock, never been used, but it did have some condition problems because it wasn't stored properly. But fortunately, the condition issues are just like on the base. Didn't impact the actual measuring instrument.
No, they're actually good shape.
Yeah, thank God. So
somebody thought well when they designed that tool, I can tell, for that very scenario.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful tool. It's very mechanical. Yes, we get into why we use it.
Yeah, and
we'll tell you what it's for.
Yeah.
It has something to do with the product. I don't know.
That's right. And hopefully next week we can share it completed.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's our goal.
Okay, well, I did that, and I guess it's off to Pat. What did you do this week? Besides bother me and bring me more stuff I don't need to do.
Well, I have that really unique Watchmaker bench. It's really unusual. It's not your common style Watchmaker bench. And I explained why we bought this for me. And in addition to that, I thought about replacing it, and instead of replacing it, I really like it. It costs a lot of money for what it is, and it works perfect for me. So I thought now's the time to do some upgrades. So we kind of upgraded it, to bring it up to date.
Yeah, and he explains why.
Yeah.
Why we did that too.
And I could tell you really quickly, the two upgrades we do is I add a brand new Bergeon vise to it. Yeah, and that's really nice. Actually, I've had the vise for years.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me just check my pocket. Oh yeah, that's right. No more money.
Well, like I said, I bought it years ago. But the new purchase is a new air setup, and the air setup consists of a little dust blower pin, and next to it is a little vacuum. So really unique. I don't think many of you have seen such a setup, so we install that. So we're pretty excited.
Well, they'd already know about it if they would just follow us on Instagram.
Oh,
Not that I'm
right.
saying anything. Just follow us. The links below. Just follow us on Instagram. We'll be all right.
That is true. I am getting better again. I kind of flaked off there a little bit on Instagram, but
It got
I'm
a
back.
lot of likes and it got them really quick.
Yeah, it did.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Should we get into what we're going to do next week?
Sure.
What we might be doing the next week or two in video
Sure.
shows? All right. It's time for Shop Adventures highlights. Okay. Well, I'm going to do a special double door ceiling installation, I hope.
Yeah.
And that'll be for the workshop's entrance door for receiving machinery.
Yeah,
it's
so-
not the door we use for the shop.
Yeah, we don't normally use the doors. It's double doors to this workshop right here, and we only use it to bring in equipment.
Like the
if
Barker.
needed. Yeah, like the Barker.
Which
Right.
we'll have news on shortly. Okay,
Yeah.
So then what else do we do? Oh, we're gonna keep working on our educational pullouts because the equipment to do better recordings here, and we're using it. So
That's right. We did get a lot of new equipment in.
where's our pocket? How's your pocket?
My pockets are empty. Yeah, so we're really excited because we hope that's really gonna improve our video quality. Because we thought that was really important for our educational series videos. We really want to get people into the work.
And speaking of keeping the shop clean, not only am I sealing a door, it's also related to keeping it clean. You've got some kind of fancy, don't give it away, secret something.
Well, I mentioned it last week because we were supposed to. My goal was to work on it in this video, but it turned out I had to order more parts. And we'll explain why. You know, what it is, it's our little cyclone. I can say that.
No, if you're a woodworker, just don't get your eyes too big. It's not what you think.
It's a little miniature cyclone vacuum attachment. And it's an enhancement because we already have the vacuum system, and we just bought the attachment to it. And it's really unique. It's really small. And we'll go into all the details, and we're hoping to get it all done in next week's video.
And then I just have one more thing I think we'll be doing this week or next, whatever's going on, depending on my delay now with the CARY, is I'll go ahead and now that we've approved, well, then we'll explain that on the Spindexer.
That's right.
Now that it's good enough, it's going to get its 2-part epoxy paint, and I'm going to put on all my safety Sally gear, and I'm going to paint her up with some 2-part epoxy and look a little like an astronaut while I'm doing it.
Exactly.
Right? But that's all right. We like that everybody cares.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Well, that's it. That's all I have.
Yeah, I think
Do you have anything
that's it.
else you want to contribute? Like
No.
some money?
No, I think we're good. I think it's time to get back at it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get out in the shop and see what we've been busy doing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're out in the machine shop, and Lance has an update for us on a project he was working on last week.
I do. Let's take a look, shall we?
Sure.
All right. So remember our Spindexer from the last video where I was unmasking it, I believe, and we had done a little bead blasting, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Well,
Sure looks a lot different, I'll say that much.
Well, I wanted to give a little bit of a lesson on what we go through. This is like 50 plus. I know it's at least 50 years old, but I'm going to call it 80, but I'm going to say it's 50 or 60.
Sure.
Because I have no proof, because the name tag's missing. And I really hope that as a viewer, you might have recognized this from your past.
Yeah.
The name tag used to sit right here, but it's gone. So,
let me see.
and this came with our Barker mill, and we've never used it. So when it was pretty much needed some love. Is that right, Pat? There were pretty much chips shoved everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it was in really bad
This
condition.
was used in high production on a Barker mill, and it was a specific end on here that was useful for one thing. Pat's going to share that with you a little later. You'll notice it's here. This is what you have to go through. This is a little lesson. It came the way it came. We thought, well, let's try to salvage it. We like to do that here anyway. Let's see what we can get out of this tool. But in order to get to the stage we're at today with inspection, checking for runout and stuff, first I had to do the bead blasting, had to strip it, had to do the bead blasting, had to do the Scotch-Brite, the very minimal one, and had to do a little stone work to fix some things and fix it, clean up some threads and stuff like that. And it's gonna, you know, and then I said, okay, well, while we're at it, let's go ahead and order a new crank handle for the back, because there's a hole for it. And we got the new oilers here that are here, but they're not here. They're not in here.
Right.
And we've got the spindle lock.
Real quick, because we're going to wait for you to do the two-part epoxy before we put the oilers in, right?
Right. But before I go waste time masking and acetoning, masking, and then doing the two-part epoxy with the big 3M thing on my head to breathe through.
Right.
I thought the least I could do is, this is where I stop. This is a bare minimum I could do to give it to Patrick and say, hey, Patrick, bring some of your nice tools from the workshop out here to the machine shop, because all I have out here ever are calipers and micrometers pretty much.
Right.
I don't do anything. So I need him to come and help me. We're going to just check this for run out and see if we can A, throw it away, B, use it just for roughing operations on our mill, or C, maybe use it to make some pretty precision holes and slots. I mean, I always keep the most positive attitude about these things, because I don't want to buy a new one from Suburban Tools. What Patrick would really like me to do is scrap this and get a pretty red one out of Suburban Tools, but that he's going to have to wait for. We got to learn to work with what we have to get where we're going here, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
Well, let me take that camera. Why don't you take over and share a few things, because I know you have a little lesson for us today, too.
Sure.
Hi, Patrick.
Hey, guys. Okay. Before I get into that, I just want to share something that was really helpful for us. You know, for the longest time, you know, this is an 18-inch by 24-inch surface plate that we keep out here in the machine shop. And we've had this for a long time. And as you can see, it's larger than the tiny ones we have in the little workshop. Okay, but the problem is, because, you know, out here, with the larger tools and so forth, you know, it's not a sealed room, so it gets very dirty and dusty. And the problem we had is every time we wanted to use this, we'd always have to clean it, because it just had so much grime and dirt, you know, dust and everything. So I tell you, this is worth every penny. Now, this happens to be a Starrett cover, and we highly recommend this if you don't already have a cover for your surface plate. It's made very well. It has a little bit of padding. And I tell you, it's so nice to be able to, when you have to use a surface plate, just to pull the cover off and it's ready to use.
But that cover doesn't mean what you think it does, guys. That cover means it's like it has spikes sticking up out of it.
Right.
And you are not to, go ahead.
Because it is so easy to use it as a table.
Well, set your coffee mug down in the morning. Maybe even just a stack of paperwork. Oh, you know, what's going to hurt a couple of scales on here or something?
Right, I get guilty for it.
So it's off limits.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that because, you know, we came out here, I just threw the cover off and we could use it. So, and it's clean. Okay. So yeah, Lance wanted me to assist him in checking the run out of the Spindexer. So I brought our height gauge, and obviously, you know, I removed the standard attachment that goes into it to measure the height, and I guess you could scribe with it too. Okay, I put in a very sensitive test indicator. Okay, this particular one's a Starrett, and it's a 1/10,000th indicator. So every little division is 1/10,000th. And because I wanted something really sensitive for checking the run out of the spindle. And let's see. So yes, I got that. I've set the height up already. So I think we're ready to test it. Are you ready, Lance?
Let's see how trusting I am here. Yes.
Okay, first let me get this.
We have not checked this yet, so just so you guys know, we're doing this all as near as real time as possible, right, Patrick? We set it up, and
that's right, because we wanted to do this live on camera.
Because he's still holding out all hope that he can get a brand new one, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this. Okay, just like that. Okay, now carefully, I'm just gonna turn the spindle. Okay. Wow, you know, look at that. Oh, oops. Wait, I think I accidentally bumped it. That's the thing about using a 10th indicator. or like a micron indicator. It's very sensitive.
Yeah, don't breathe on it.
Yeah. So here, let me try it again. Okay, see, I'm turning it. Boy, I mean, okay, it moved a little bit there. Probably moved, guy, just less than a tenth. Let me just keep doing it. Boy, I'm impressed. Well, I mean, look, it moves.
I mean, it's movable, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, you know, this is really amazing because you got to consider, okay, we're using a 1/2 inch Gates pin right here with a 1/2 inch 5C collet. And you got to expect some run out in the collet, especially these no-name collets. So it's very, I mean, this is very impressive that we're getting such little run out.
Now, guys, that squeaking, screeching you're hearing, remember, this thing's completely stone clean and ready to go. It needs just acetone, and it's no oil in it right now just to do the testing before priming. If it's going to go to prime, which I guess it's gonna.
I think so. Yeah, it has. I'd have to say it has just. Let's call it the run out to 1/10,000th. That's pretty impressive.
That is really good.
That's really good. I wasn't, you know, Lance.
For as old as that is.
Yeah, Lance and I were talking about this earlier, and I told Lance, hey, you know what? I had my expectations really, you know, they weren't that high.
He already had the Suburban Tool page open. Come on.
And I was telling Lance, you know, don't get disappointed if it has, you know, 3-4 thousandths run out, which it would still be okay for non-precision work.
Yeah.
But you know, so this is really impressive. I'm just floored by. I wasn't expecting that.
Remember, this tool is part of us just trying to build up our tooling for bigger parts. We don't do big machine work, so this is something we want to add, and it's also sentimental because it came with the Barker mill.
Yeah. Oh, let me forget. I think you forgot to mention what goes in here. You're talking about the oilers, and you forgot to mention what goes in this.
Oh yeah.
Is a spindle lock. Lance is working on it right now, so it's taken apart.
It's going to get bluing.
Yeah, it's going to get bluing, and what that does is you can push. It's spring loaded, and you can push down on it, and what that does, it locks the spindle. But the problem is, I mean, it's a nice feature, but it only locks it in one position, meaning there's only a slot in the spindle in one place. So if you want to drill or mill a square or a hexagon pattern, you couldn't do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to design our own little index plate with some type of a mechanism, like a pin to hold it in place. And we haven't decided how many divisions we're going to do, you know, how many notches.
Got to come up with what best fits us.
Yeah, but we'll design something in SolidWorks, and we'll go ahead and mill something on our little tag CNC mill.
No, remember now, if anybody remembers who made this, who might have made this, and where that name tag's missing, it would really just help us just to have a historical moment about who made it, where it might be from. We like it. It's clearly a casted part. It's very old school. It skips a little bit. It's a little out of center when the two halves were put together. See it? Two cast halves?
Yeah.
Yeah, both at the top and the bottom. So you know, that's all I know. What do you think, Pat?
What's really impressive, it doesn't rock whatsoever.
Oh, hey, that's some good stonework. That's what that is.
Why'd I ask?
Yeah, you walked right into that one. Come on now.
All right.
Wow, thank you, Patrick. That helps. I just wanted to thanks. That's good. I'm really happy because now I'll be off to, well, next time you see me, I'll have it masked, and I think we'll be sharing a little paint work.
Well, you know what's nice? It's going to be worthwhile now to rebuild it really well.
It is, and we have matching paint.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, we are out in the workshop to see Patrick about some upgrades to the Watchmaker's bench. So, hey, Patrick, what is it you have to share, and what are we in for today?
Yes, we are going to make some upgrades to this bench. But before we get to that, I have a little bit of news. Our a little German tapping machine is finally 100% complete.
At last.
At last. The viewers that have been following us for a while, you know we completed this quite a while ago, the machine itself. But when we were assembling the electronics, we decided to make a last minute change because originally we had this little back plate that was holding the VFD. And that was fine, but the switch where you see mounted below it, we were originally going to mount it on the maple board right here. But we were thinking, see, we didn't foresee this until we installed all the components onto the maple board, and we realized, well, it's probably not a bright idea to have the switch right below the table.
Not with those little chips on.
Right, those little tiny chips, they're going to bounce on the switch. And, you know, they're little tiny chips, so they're going to get inside the switch over time. And that's really not a good idea. So that's why I had Lance make me a new, longer back plate. And as you can see, now we have a nice little switch right below it. So there's no chances of chips getting into it any longer. So it's all plugged in. As you can see, the switch is on with the little blue light. The VFD is on.
And this is its actual home, right? This is it. This is a workstation. You just sit right here on the end, and you can tap. And we've done tap demos on this already.
Yeah, it's fully functional. Here, I can turn it on. I just don't have a belt right now on. But see the spindles right here turning.
Oh, yeah, I can hear that.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs really smooth.
Yeah, did a nice job tapping that day. I know we're real proud of it.
Yeah, we even did a complete rebuild on the motor with new bearings and all that. So everything works really well. We're really happy with it. So let me turn this off. Yeah, so it's officially completed. So I just wanted to add that.
That's good.
Okay, back to the Watchmaker's bench. Before I get into the details of what we're going to upgrade on it, I want to kind of explain, you know, some people may be watching us or looking at this bench and seeing that it's not your typical watchmaker's bench. You know, your typical watchmaker bench is usually like a tall wood bench.
Oak or walnut or
and has a lot of drawers, either on both sides or on one side. You know, really thin drawers, because watchmakers, you know, we use a lot of tools. So we need a lot of stuff.
Really? Really? You use a lot of tools. Well, if you've been watching this channel at all, that was just breaking news. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, but the problem is, you know, quite a while ago, what, 15 years ago, 12, 15 years? No, about
19.
Yeah, maybe that long. I don't like to admit it. But I had a really bad back problem. I eventually had back surgery for it. And back then, I couldn't work a full day, full time, using the same chair. I had to change chairs. Sometimes I even had to work standing up. And that's what this table is. This table is an adjustable height table. And it's manual. It's not electric. And see, there's a handle right here. You press it.
It's spring loaded, right?
Yeah, it's spring loaded. I don't want to do it because
it'll take off.
It's perfect height for me too. I love the height. So anyway, but this table will come up to a level where I can work standing up, and I did back when I had to. Or
show them that height again. I think I missed the height.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there it is.
It can go up this high, so you could actually work on it completely.
So that's hand head a height, so they stay together, and you can work right in front of your work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it will also drop really low. I can drop it touching this cabinet right here. So that just gave me the flexibility of being able to try different chairs. And I tried every chair available.
Yeah, I thought we were going to go in the poorhouse. Pretty much had a whole workplace full of chairs, all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, so you don't want back problems.
No.
I'm glad that's over with. It took many years, but now I'm pretty stable. I can work in the same chair all day. So when I had bought, so that's the reason why I bought this style table for watchmaking. And then along with that, you can see these cabinets. I got 2 cabinets there and 2 over here. And that gave me the storage I needed to put all my tools.
Just like a watchmaker's bench.
Yeah. And then I ran out of storage there, so I got this one.
Gee, really? We're back. You really gonna fall for that twice?
And then I got another one. Okay, so so that's been my work environment for a while. But then, you know, now that my back's better, I had really considered getting your common watchmaker bench. Because, you know, even the later ones, you'll see that it has those nice armrests.
They've gone very modern with the ergonomics and the whole
That's right.
padded coziness and
they look really
and they're
nice.
Adjustable heights and they have little hydraulic lever. They got a lot going on.
Yeah, really nice. But then I figured, you know what? I'm really comfortable working at this table. I have no problems with it. So I figured, you know, instead of buying a new one, I'd rather do some upgrades I've been meaning to do on it, and that's what we're gonna do. And you may wonder why, why are you fixing up this bench in the first place?
Yeah, what does it matter to what does it matter to me watching you?
Yeah, because we've been talking, we've been mentioning that we're going to be making our own product. So why do we still need a watchmaker's bench? Well, because watchmaking is still our passion, and it's something that we're still going to do alongside, parallel with our product development. So
remember how we talk all the time about having to hone our skills. We don't want to get rusty in what it is we do best.
Yeah, so when we tell you we're going to develop our own product, we're still going to stay into watchmaking and do watchmaking jobs. Just probably not full time, but very shortly we are going to start accepting watch jobs again. Wrist watch, pocket watches. No clockwork though.
No,
we've never done clockwork. So we are gonna do that. We may share. That's when we'll share a lot of the tools we have in what specific to watchmaking. Also, where this is going to be valuable is some of the products that we have in mind are going to be really intricate, very tiny, very mechanical.
Yeah, some of their sub-assemblies of them are just small little minute parts, can't be assembled in a traditional assembly area.
Right. It's almost like you're putting together a watch.
Right, parts of it. Yeah,
parts of it. So that's where this table is also going to be important. Okay, so 2 upgrades. I'll go with the first one is I got a new vise. Okay, and what's really nice about this vise, it's a Bergeon Swiss-made vise.
Ooh.
And how it works is it consists of a mounting plate. So what you do is you mount the plate on your bench top, like so. And then when you need to use the vise, you just slide the vise on like so, and see, then you can work on it. See, I'm gonna mount it right here. So when I need the vise, I just slide it on, and it's right in front of me, so I can have really good, easy access to it, working on a part, or even mounting a jackal tool. Okay, and then when you're done with it, just slide it right off and then out of the way. Okay, but what we need to do though is we need to mount this flush with the top. So what we need to do is we need to route or make a little
groove, a tongue groove.
Yeah, groove. So
whatever you woodworker people call it.
I'm lost in words because honestly, we aren't woodworkers whatsoever.
No, we've kind of conveyed that message
we're
over
really
time.
Amateurs when it comes to wood. So all we know is we need to use a router to make a little.
And this has been sitting here for a while. We've wanted to do it, but it's wood, so we kind of avoided it.
Yeah. So using a router, we need to make a little slot. So this is going to go into the slot, be flush with the table. So that way, it's not bothering your arm. And so that's one project. Oh, and we'll share a little footage of that so you guys can laugh at us.
Yeah.
And
we went over to we didn't go to the big box hardware store to figure out our router though. This was better.
Yeah, this is a little Proxen router. I thought I'd show it because it's a little cute little router. Of course,
it's got a speed chuck on it and everything.
Yeah, really tiny. So that's what we're going to use to route the little slot. So that'll be nice. And we don't do, we aren't woodworkers. We don't do big woodworking projects. So that's a perfect size for us. So
that was neat.
Yeah, never used it. So that'll be fun, hopefully. Okay, next project is, in addition to that, in the past, I have both, this is called a pin dust blower. And what you do is you hook it up to your air system. And what this does is, it has a little button here, so you push this button and it gives you a little airflow through the tip. See if you can...
Oh yeah, I got a nice picture. It's nice.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah.
And see, this is really nice because, when you're working on small little watch parts, you don't want your typical air gun like this. Because you're talking little tiny parts, and so you use a common blow gun, and that part's going to get lost with one little blow. So that's why you have this. This is specifically made for watchmakers, and this gives you a little stream of air. Okay, along with this, I also use a little vacuum pen, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But it looks just like this, but instead of this tip, it has a little brush at the end. And what that's typically used is when you're ready to, like, you service the movement, and when you're ready to install the movement back into the watch case, that allows you to remove the specks on the inside crystal. So, and the brush is there so you can brush the inside, and then the vacuum will suck up all the little specks. And then we also use a little putty called Roticle, and we use that to dab the little specks too. But the vacuum works really well. And because anybody who's had their watch serviced and have noticed a speck on the inside crystal, it'll drive you nuts. So when we service a watch, we really make sure it's perfectly clean. I mean, lab clean on the inside. Okay, and typically what I use this type of a mount. So basically you have your air hose coming through here, and then you have the pin at the end. And then when you need it, you pull it, and then you push it back in. Okay, but I've always wanted, this is the older way of doing it, and I've always wanted to buy a newer system. And okay, the reason why, I'll tell you, I'll be honest, how I justified the new system was when we moved to this location, I lost my vacuum pen and the hose and everything.
Does anybody want to come over and help me dig in the yard? I bet we find it buried out here.
I don't know what happened. I mean, how do you lose it? We always lose something in moves, and I completely lost all those parts. So anyway, I bought the newer type of system, and see, if you notice, see, here's the blower pin, and see, it has a little switch too. And if you notice at the end, see, it has a little brush. So see, that's really nice because, you can brush the inside of the crystal and really make sure you vacuum up all those little specks. Okay, what makes this system really nice though, you got a good?
I think we're okay.
Just let me know if I'm moving too fast. See, what's nice about this is spring control back. So you pull it, use it, and it's spring driven, pulls it right back into place. So that's really nice.
So is one of those is an air and one is a vacuum then?
That's right.
Just like the other one that you lost, but these look like they're permanently attached and can't be lost.
See, this one's obviously your vacuum with the brush, and then this is your air. So really nice. So what we need to do is we just need to drill a hole with a hole saw, and what we're going to do is we're going to mount it right here, just like this. So it'll be really accessible for both right here. So that's that project, and this will be a really nice upgrade. I do have the vacuum. I didn't lose the vacuum itself, which is good.
Didn't have a big enough shovel.
So this is a little vacuum we use, and then the air. As you know, we've already got the air system installed in this shop. Yeah. So yeah, so that's so we're gonna do that, and we'll try record a little bit of footage, and
yeah, some of that router, I think we ought to see if we'll see if we use it.
And please understand, the first time we're doing this, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, I think we're ready for part one, and that's installing the air system first. So Lance is going to drill a hole for that.
I am, and I'm wearing my blue coat because I'm doing real work in the workshop. I got something we can see. I just come in off the CARY. I'm working on that CARY bench micrometer.
The comparator.
The comparator, yeah.
Yeah.
And the parts are so small with the loop, I'm just tired. It gets toward you later into the day, you get tired. So it's nice to come in and have something a little bit bigger, though it's not as big as that one in the yard with the putting them rods in like butter,
Yeah. Oh, really quick. That hardware piece requires a 40 millimeter hole, but we're actually going to go drill. We're going to drill a 39 millimeter because we figured, drilling with a 40 millimeter hole saw may drill a little slightly oversized.
Right. We tested this one, right? We did.
Yeah. And
that's make sure it doesn't get that wobble, guys. You guys all know holes.
That's right. And it would be bad news if the hole's over 40 millimeter. So we're going slightly under, and if we need to, we can do a little bit of filing. So that's what we're going to shoot for. So Yeah, this is huge work. Huh?
Don't forget this picture. He put pictures on Instagram, this week.
Oh, I did.
You did, and you can go see all the stuff that he's installing out here. It's kind of neat. It's pretty popular right now. Just keep you guys up. Instagram is always a little ahead of what we're doing. Okay, ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's get that squareness first, right? Want to get that squareness?
Yeah. Make sure it's square.
How's that feel? A little back over here, right?
Yeah.
That look good?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Can I stop for a second there and
Oh, yeah.
clean house? And this is that pressed wood stuff, and we got through that. This is a Formica top, isn't it?
It's, yeah, laminated particle board, huh?
Yeah, it's really.
God, it's deeper than you think, huh?
Yeah, and I'm trying not to press. I don't want to break that.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to break
when
it
that breaks to the
through.
bottom like I've done on these tables, though I'm festing up to my inaccuracies with wood.
That's a good point.
The first thing you have to admit with wood is, when you work with wood, is that you do have a problem and recognize it.
Yeah.
Anything yet?
Oh, yeah, I see the tip of the drill bit.
You see it?
Yeah.
See any second then.
Yep, there it went.
Well, it broke off a little bit of the bottom. None of the wood, though.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, there we go.
It's nice and...
Great job. Okay, we'll be back.
Wow. Let's see. I hear we're going to do a little woodling out here. Hi, Patrick.
Hey, guys. I don't like wood.
No, you like me. You got the Lance syndrome.
We're doing good.
Yeah, but he's got a, just so you guys know, he's got a guide set up so to go, backward and forward, and he's got a back end guide over there on the table that kept it from going too far into the table.
Right. See, for these two slots, we used this guide, and then for this slot going this way, we had this guide attached.
Yeah, there it is.
Exactly. So see, it kept us in a straight line. We did have a boo-boo though.
Yeah, very bad.
It slipped on us right there, but thankfully, the plate we mount does have a little lip, so it will hide that little mistake.
Hey, we could have just mounted it, and then nobody would have ever known. Said, "Look at how perfect we are."
Yeah, we're honest.
Gotta be honest. We're trying to share our learning here.
Yeah, so thankfully it's just a little defect right there, so it'll be hidden.
All right, so you're gonna route out the rest of it, right? The center, and that's the depths, right? You got the depth set.
That's right. We're to depth on the outside, so I just got the island, and we're done.
Great. Well, let's go, and I'm not going to talk because we're going to have a vacuum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the vacuum works great as long as this hole's over the table. When it's partially over, like when I first start, it doesn't work very well. All the sawdust comes down. But I tell you, it works really good when you're over the table.
Great.
So let's do it.
Here we go.
Okay, it's looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Got some nice grooves. Are getting wider.
Okay.
Basically round two.
So want to come back when I'm done?
I will. Let me do that. Okay. Thanks. Well, we just got her all done here. Patrick wants to show off his talented router work. Hi, Patrick.
Hey guys, my first routing job. And there it is. All I had to do was, because of the router makes rounded corners, I had to use a chisel and make them square, because see the bottom square right here. But that was it.
Let's see how it fits.
Yeah, I think that.
Let me see.
Is it Lance approved?
Yep, it's a smooth approved. Ooh, nice. Maybe I want one of those somewhere. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. So that's not bad. I tell you, I lucked out.
You
I
did.
was so afraid to mess it up. So yes, all we have to do is just drill the 2 holes for the screws, and we're good to go.
We're done. That's good enough.
Yeah, so we'll come back when we're all completely done.
All right, thanks, Patrick.
Okay, thanks.
Bye. Okay, well, we're out to see Patrick, and I see that his workstation here is looking a little more like it used to look. Maybe something's a little out of place, but let's let him share with you. Hi, Patrick.
Hey, guys. Yeah, it's been a long day, but we got it completed. See, as you can see. Oh, you know, I should probably share with them, you know, a little earlier I told you guys we were initially going to install the air system up here. So, you know, we were going to drill a hole in the rear of the table right here, and then it was going to come to me, you know, like that. Okay, the problem is I should have investigated earlier, but we realized underneath the table there's a metal plate that goes from end to end, and it's a really thick plate that, you know, that secures the table really well, the tabletop. And, you know, we thought, well, we really don't want to drill through that. So, and that's no problem. You know, I've seen other tables where they install it in the corner. So this is a placement where I decided on. I didn't want it all the way in the rear. I want it to come up a little bit. And I think it's going to work out really well. And it's really solid. You know, drilling the 39 millimeter hole and filing it to fit was a great idea, because now, I mean, it is solid. It's not going to move at all. So that worked out really well. What's really nice about this system, you know, like if I need to use the air pin, I use it and it spring returns back. And that's really nice on both of them. See, my other older system, I'd have to fish the tube through the mount. So this is a really nice system. It's clean. It has a spring return. So it's going to work out really well, I think.
Great.
Okay. The vise plate's done, as you can see. It's fully mounted. The screws are in there. So this is completed. And see, this is really nice. See, it's out of the way. It doesn't affect, you know, I won't hit it with my arm. You know, I could work fine with it on the table like that. But when I need to use the vise, it's really easy. You just slide the vise on it. There we go. Okay, and then there's a little lever on the side, and we just lock it in place, and it is solid. It won't move at all. And then so I can use the vise as usual for filing, or, you know, I could put a tool in here to use a tool. And then once I'm done with it, it comes off really easy, just like that, and then out of the way. So that's going to be nice, because before, if I had to use the vise, I'd have to get out of my chair and go over to one of our machining tables which had a vise. So this is going to really save a lot of time. The only thing, so the parts wise, as you can see, it's 100% done, and as you can see, you know, everything's back on the table. We cleaned up everything, but I wasn't able to hook up the air system. Okay. What we decided to do was, in addition to the air pin, or the pin dust blower, we're also gonna install an air gun. So in case I need more, a bigger blast of air, we already mounted the little hook, so it's gonna go right here. But I need to order some fittings to split the air between the pin and the gun. So I'm gonna order the parts next week on that. And also on the vacuum, as I told you, you know, I lost the pin I lost this part, the vacuum part. Your system, which Lance doesn't believe me. Well, you know, and you know, everything attached to it was lost too. See, and here's the vacuum pump, and I use a special connection right here. So, you know, along with the tube and everything else, I also lost the other connector that plugs into this, so I have to order that. And so just really, you know, so I just have to order a few little parts, and then I can wrap it up. But that's the easy part. That's pretty quick.
So they'll just see it running.
Yeah, we won't show it to you because unless if there's any comments of any people that want to see it working, how the vacuum system works, we'll show it to you. But if there's no comments, then you'll just see it working, And I think that's it. So yeah, so this is officially done.
It was a long day, but it is all nice and done, and we did tackle the wood pretty good, so we're all right.
It's a long day, but you know what? When everything goes smooth and you're able to complete it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back with Lance again, and he has yet another tool refurbishing.
I'm just going to change my address and forward it to the machine shop. I'm not ever getting to do anything else these days. No, I'm kidding. I want to introduce you to a friend of ours. This is a bench micrometer comparator. Well, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
Look at how things used to come. Look at my beautiful wooden box that this came in. I've been working on it a little bit, but yeah, wood guys, check this out. I'm fixing her up a little bit. It's beautiful. It's really neat with the way the hinging's done, and
yeah, it's a really nice box. Look at that.
yeah, we even had to replace one screw here, but you'll never figure it out. We had a matched one. Here's what I need from you guys, though. Before I explain why I have had to stop on the Spindexer, which we just came from, I get this news, and I have to put that on hold for another week. So I guess it gives us an extra week to get a name for that.
Well, this tool is going to be really helpful when we start production of our own product.
That's how he sold it to me. That's the claim he made when he brought this over to me today.
Well, I'll tell you, like Lance said, this is a bench micrometer comparator. And, in the past, we've just used a bench micrometer for checking parts as they're being machined. And when Lance finishes this, I think it'd be a nice little thing to show people the differences on how much time this is going to save us with the comparator option on it. I think that'd be pretty nice, don't you think?
Yeah, and we're making this product for eventually here, and that product has little pins, little screws, little itty bitty, little tiny little bolt things, and all kinds of little washers and little spacers and stuff. All of those parts are made here. We don't buy any components for the manufacturing of a product. That's what's going to make this really neat. Everything's by us,
right?
By the two of us. So you don't spot check in our world. You have to individual part check. We don't do lots or.
Right.
I come from a world of lots and spot checks. You got it's every part spec. It's typical aerospace actually. And okay. So that being said, this tool's brand new actually. This is shocking. Well, first of all, let me step back up.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Let me get this box out of my hand. Here's where I need your help. I guess I need your help identifying the Spindexer. Well, we've got an extra week off on that thanks to this new project of mine. I also have a second favor. I have this box and I have these two areas here. They used to have what was common for the time probably, this glued in little foam buffer between the tool and the box, right, Pat? To keep her sealed in the lid so it wouldn't rattle, jump up and down, what have you. So what I would like you to do for me, and you have a choice. These are both period correct, I believe. I have a nice roll of green felt for those two spaces right here, so we could put that. Yeah. Can you get in there with that?
Perfect.
Okay. Or guys, you can pick a black. But I'm going to do it this way. Just go into our comments, tell us whether you want it green or black, and whatever number's the most, even if it's just one, it's fine with us. That'll be the color it's going to be.
Yeah, because, honestly, we can't decide.
I cannot do it.
Yeah. We don't know if it would look better, if it's more proper for the time period.
Besides that, my hands are full for about a week here, so that we will not be worrying about. I have plenty of time for you guys to answer. You have the whole week next week to answer that for me and help me out.
Oh, let me get a shot of the nameplate.
Ooh.
Okay, see, it's a CARY, and the model number of this is 7756, and it's made in Switzerland. Swiss made.
And since you're here and you got the guys, can you see? Can you see the little bit of rust? Can I pick up the rust?
Yeah. See here and here?
This tool's never been used. It's brand new. Actually, it's really brand new. It's like on a shelf. Patrick will tell you.
Yeah, thank God, it has a little bit of rust issues, but thankfully, like the important measuring parts, like the micrometer part, has absolutely no rust. You know, the pieces that really count, and even the little that's a little table.
The little surface plate.
That's really we're really lucky that all the important parts are rust free.
And they're brand new. There's not a single thing used here. So we're so excited we decided, hey, you know, those are about $2,000 for a Fowler or a Michitoya replacement equivalent of this for the bench. Okay, that's what it's digital and that's what they want for it. It's a standalone unit. It has no external anything. You can plug it in though. It's got with the Bluetooth and all that, right?
Sure.
Yeah. That's not us. If we wanted that, I'd just go buy a high-speed CNC micro mini mill and a high-speed Swiss lathe, and we just produce our parts and we'd be done already. But that's not going to work here. We're going to use those old machines of ours, and we're going to make them better than they've ever been made, and we're going to make a very limited number of our product. And we're going to check every single little component that comes off using this antique tool.
Yeah.
That's the tools go with the machines.
But again, this tool is really gonna...
Oh, it's right on the money.
Yeah, it's right on the money. It's gonna make the process of measuring every part so much faster and easier.
It works perfectly fine. We just hadn't put it into work. We were testing it. We tested this before we took it apart to determine whether we should put this much work into this. And the fact is, it was perfect.
Right, exactly.
So if you clean it up, it's only going to get more perfect.
But we thought we better take care of it because we don't want the rust issues to get any worse.
Yeah, no, and if we don't do it now, come on. We're never going to take it apart, and we're going to be busy making, I think we're going to make a few hundred parts of each type of component that makes up their assembly.
Oh, and that's the other thing. If you notice how we're spending a lot of time on restoring like the chucks and all that.
Yeah.
You know, if you wonder why we're doing all that, it's not normal practice for us to do so much.
We never got to.
Yeah, it's just that we know that once we start focusing on our own product, we'll never be able, you know how it is. You want to do something, you put it on the back burner, and you never get to it.
And we want to look nice on YouTube. We want to look nice to you guys through the show.
That's true. That was a big deciding
and come on,
factor.
we've been working solid for decades without any time off. We've been doing this, and we've never gotten to take the time to stop, other than to fix and keep things accurate. We haven't never gotten to stop and really just absorb everything we actually own around here.
Right.
And just go through it all and enjoy some of it. And that's what we're doing. We're enjoying it. But the neat thing about you guys is you get to come along with us and enjoy it with us. And you can tell I'm kind of happy about getting to do this. It is an extra week on my schedule, but so what?
Yeah.
It's going to be worth it. Wait till you let us show you how it runs.
Oh, it's going to look so
because we got to do it already.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Patrick.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you leave us one of those comments, maybe we have something we can answer. We will never leave a question unanswered. Thank you.